Alright, so today we have the integral from e to e to the 4 of dx all over x into the root of ln x. Okay, how would we approach this problem? So the first thing I'm thinking about is, well, what can I substitute in to make this integral a lot more easier? So basically, if I sub in something, well, I can manipulate this so that something will cancel, or it's going to make it look a whole lot more simple. Okay. And in this problem, I can identify 3 things that we can sub in u for. So the first thing is x. Okay. Now if we sub in u for x, I'm gonna show you how the denominator is gonna look. So it's gonna be u into ln of u, and we haven't really changed anything. Okay, it looks the exact same. This is basically just a dummy variable. Okay. So the next thing I'm thinking about, well, I could sub in u for the root of ln x. So if I say u is equal to the whole root of ln x, well, if I take the derivative of this, well, then it's going to be looking like half into ln x minus a half times 1 over x, and this just makes everything way more harder. Okay, we don't want that. So the last thing that we can sub in u for is just ln x. Okay, and if we do so, okay, let's take the derivative. So du is going to be what? This is going to be 1 over x dx, and then solving for dx, which we're going to have to sub in anyways, this is going to be multiply both sides by x. This is going to be x du. Okay, now you might see it, you might not see it, but just in case you don't, let's have a look at where dx is sitting. Well, they put dx in the numerator in this question. Okay, they could have put it here, it's the same thing. Okay, but they wanted us to see this a bit more clearly. So if we sub in our new dx value, it's going to be looking something like this. Okay, and then this is going to be looking like this, and then these two can cancel. Okay, so all in all, it looks like ln x is the right substitution. So don't forget to put that let u equal ln x, and then you say then du. Okay, so now let's make our substitution. So this is going to be from x equals e to x equals e to the 4. Now you don't always have to write the x equals, this just makes it a bit easier to see, and so that we don't forget that this is in terms of x, these boundaries. Okay, so our new dx, this is going to be x du. Okay, but I'm going to write the du like so. This is the same thing. And then we have x, and then this is going to be the root of u, because we said ln x is just u. So these cancel. Let's look at our new, let's draw an arrow going this way. Let's look at our new integrand. So this is the same thing as 1 over, this is to the power 1, and then we have a square root, so we can say power over root. And then if we take this to the numerator, this is going to be minus a half. So all in all, in our integrand, we're going to have x equals e to the 4, and this kind of looks like a k, that's a 4, and this is going to be u to the minus a half du. And as you can see, we've changed this integral into this, which we can literally do in our sleep. So let's integrate this function. Okay, so this is going to be u. Now if I add 1 to this exponent, this is going to be a half, and then the rule says to divide by the result. So if we divide by a half, that's going to be the same thing as multiplying by 2. So this is our antiderivative. And then obviously we have the bounds from x equals e to the 4. Okay, now let's sub in our u. So this is going to be 2, now a half as an exponent. Okay, just like how we went from here to here, we can go from here to here. Okay, so if I have half as the exponent, I can say, well, this is the power, so it's going to be u, and then this is my root, so square root. Oh, and of course we're going to sub in back u, so it's going to be ln x and then the root. Okay, and this is from e to the 4. Okay, now let us evaluate this integral. So there's going to be 2 ln e to the 4 minus, we still have to put the 2 down, so 2 and then the root ln of e. So what I did was I took the top bound, subbed it in, minus the lower bound. And now, what is the square root of ln e to the 4? I have no idea, but we could simplify this. Let's draw an arrow this way. Okay, so the square root of ln e to the 4. By the exponent laws, dealing with logs and ln, well, we could take this to the front. So we could say this is 4 ln e. What is ln e? That's just 1. So this just becomes 2 into the square root of 4, which just becomes square root of 4 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, so we know that this whole thing is 4. Okay, well, here we could just say, show all the steps. Now 2 times the square root of ln e. What is ln e? We said that's just 1. Square root of 1 is just 1. So we know that this whole result is 4. There's going to be 4 minus 2. And then our final answer is 2. And of course this is an area, so we can't forget units squared. Well, you could leave that out, but yeah, it's nice to be technical. But in any case, 2 is our final answer.